Hey everyone, welcome back to All Things Soggy Buns. Are you ready for another deep dive? Today we're going to get into something truly delicious. I'm talking about smashed turkey burgers.
Yeah.
We're always looking for ways to make our burgers better and tastier, and the smashing technique, it's got everyone talking.
It's not just talk, it's a game changer.
I've seen so many amazing pictures online, those perfectly crispy edges, that juicy interior, and The Kitchen Today just put out this awesome article all about it.
Yeah, they really break down the why and the how of smashing, which is great because sometimes you see a trend, but you don't know, like, should I really be doing this?
Exactly. So we're going to get into all that today. So why smash? Why is this technique so important for turkey burgers specifically?
Well, ground turkey, it can be a little tricky. It's leaner than beef, which we love for the health aspect, but it can also mean it dries out faster on the grill.
Right.
But when you smash that patty down thin, you're doing a couple things. First, you're maximizing that contact with the hot surface. So it cooks faster, which means less moisture loss.
Uh-huh. So it's like a speed cooking technique for juicier burgers.
Exactly. And second, you're creating more surface area for what's called the Maillard reaction.
Ooh, now that sounds fancy.
It's just science. Basically, it's that browning that happens when heat reacts with the proteins and sugars in the meat.
Like when you sear a steak and get that nice crust.
Exactly. That's the Maillard reaction. And it creates tons of flavor. So
Right.
smashing helps to intensify that browning, giving you those crispy edges and that deep savory flavor we all love.
So it's not just about getting a thinner patty. It's about unlocking a whole new level of flavor
Yeah.
through science.
Exactly.
I love it. Now, the article recommends using very lean ground turkey, like 93% or higher, for this technique. Why is that?
You'd think the leaner the better, right? But hear me out. A little bit of fat is actually a good thing in this case.
Okay.
It helps keep those patties moist and juicy during cooking. If the turkey is too lean, it can dry out even with smashing.
So we're looking for that sweet spot.
Hmm.
Lean enough to be healthy, but with enough fat to guarantee those juicy results.
Yeah.
Now, this next part really surprised me. The article says you don't need binders like eggs or breadcrumbs for smashed turkey burgers.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about this technique. Because the patties are so thin, they hold together really well on their own.
So no need to overcomplicate things.
Exactly. Plus, it lets the flavor of the turkey really shine through. But they do have a great tip for adding a little extra moisture and flavor.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Grated onion. It's a simple trick, but it works wonders.
Grated onion.
Yep. When you grate it, you release all those juices, which adds moisture to the patties and prevents them from drying out. And the onion adds a subtle sweetness and depth of flavor that complements the turkey beautifully.
So we're adding flavor and moisture without masking the taste of the meat genius.
Simple but effective.
I like it. Now let's talk about seasonings. What are your go-tos for smashed turkey burgers?
Keep it simple. Salt, pepper, and a little garlic powder are all you really need. But you can also get fancy.
Fancy like how?
Think umami bombs. A dash of Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, or even mustard can really amplify the savory notes.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
These little additions add layers of complexity without overwhelming the turkey.
So we've got our lean ground turkey, our grated onion for moisture and flavor, and our seasonings. Now for the main event, the smashing technique itself. The article emphasizes a hot skillet and a decisive press.
Couldn't agree more. A scorching hot skillet is key for that perfect sear and crispy edges. Cast iron is ideal, but a good stainless steel skillet will do the trick.
Okay, so high heat, and what about the press?
Don't be shy. Use a sturdy spatula and press down firmly and evenly on that patty. You want to create maximum contact with the hot surface to really kickstart that Maillard reaction.
So it's all about confidence and the right tools. I'm picturing myself like a culinary blacksmith forging the perfect burger patty.
I love that analogy. And once you've got that beautiful smash, resist the urge to move it. Let it sizzle undisturbed for about 3-4 minutes per side.
Okay, so patience is key here.
Exactly. We want those crispy edges, but we also want a juicy interior. And that comes from trusting the process and letting it cook.
So it's like a Zen garden of burger making.
Yeah,
We create the perfect conditions and then let nature take its course.
that's a great way to put it. And speaking of creating the perfect conditions,
You're thinking about soggy buns, right?
had to. Those guys are the masters of smashed turkey burgers. If anyone's looking for the real deal, look no further than Soggy Buns right here in Maryland.
I couldn't agree more. They're a food truck and catering service, and their smashed turkey burgers are legendary. They use all these techniques we've been talking about, and they've got some seriously creative topping combinations that will blow your mind.
Seriously, drool-worthy stuff.
You can check out their menu locations and hours online at soggybuns.com. That's buns, B-U-N-Z.
Don't miss out.
Okay, back to our deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground, but there's still so much more to explore. We've talked about the why of smashing, the importance of a hot skillet and a firm press, but the article also mentions some crucial details about patty shaping and flipping.
Oh yeah, those little details can make a big difference.
So let's get into it in part 2 of our smashed turkey burger deep dive.
All right, welcome back to part 2 of our smashed turkey burger deep dive.
We're ready to keep on smashing. So we've got our perfectly shaped patties sizzling away on that hot skillet. What's next?
Now we got to make sure those patties are cooked to perfection.
Right. We want those crispy edges and juicy centers, but we also want to make sure they're safe to eat.
Exactly. Food safety is key, and that means using a meat thermometer.
Okay, I'll admit sometimes I just eyeball it, but I'm guessing that's not the best method when it comes to turkey burgers.
A meat thermometer takes the guesswork out of it. It's the most accurate way to ensure those patties are cooked all the way through.
So what temperature are we looking for?
The article recommends 165 degrees Fahrenheit.
165 degrees.
Yeah.
Got it. And where do we insert the thermometer?
Aim for the thickest part of the patty, making sure you're not touching the bone or the cooking surface.
Okay, so we want an accurate reading of the internal temperature.
Exactly. And keep in mind that the temperature will continue to rise a little bit even after you take the burgers off the heat.
Oh, really? So we're not aiming for 165 degrees while they're still cooking.
Right. It's best to take them off a few degrees before they reach that target temperature to prevent overcooking.
That's a great tip. I'm definitely guilty of overcooking my burgers sometimes. So we've checked the temperature. We've taken the patties off the heat. What's the next step?
Now comes the hard part. We gotta let those burgers rest.
Rest. Like, I need a rest after all this burger talk.
No. I mean, the burgers need to rest.
Yeah.
It's a crucial step, but a lot of people skip it.
Why is resting so important?
When you cook meat, the muscle fibers contract and they push the juices towards the center of the patty.
Okay, I can picture that.
But if you cut into that patty right away, all those delicious juices will escape, leaving you with a dry and sad burger.
So resting allows the juices to redistribute throughout the patty.
Exactly. Give those patties a few minutes to relax, and those juices will settle back in guaranteeing a juicy and flavorful burger.
So patience is key, once again. Makes sense. And while those patties are resting, I guess that's the perfect time to start thinking about toppings.
Yes, this is where things get fun. The article mentions all the classics: lettuce, tomato, pickles, onions, the whole 9 yards.
But they also encourage you to get creative, right?
Absolutely. Think outside the bun. Maybe a spicy sriracha mayo, some creamy avocado, a tangy barbecue sauce, or even a fried egg for the ultimate indulgence.
Ooh, fried egg, now you're talking.
It's all about personalizing your burger and creating those flavor combinations that you love.
I love that. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure for your taste buds. And speaking of taste bud adventures, have you tried the smashed turkey burgers from Soggy Buns?
Of course. They're amazing.
For anyone who hasn't had the pleasure, Soggy Buns is this fantastic Maryland-based food truck and catering service.
And their smashed turkey burgers are seriously next level.
They use all these techniques we've been talking about, and they've got some crazy good topping combos.
You gotta check them out.
Their website is soggybuns.com. That's B-U-N-Z for all the juicy details.
It's a must visit for any burger lover.
Okay, back to our deep dive. We've covered patty prep cooking techniques, resting, and topping inspiration, but the article also goes into some gourmet variations.
Oh yeah, they get really fancy with it.
Like those southwestern turkey burgers with jalapenos and pepper jack cheese.
And the pesto turkey burgers with fresh basil and mozzarella.
We're going to dive into those recipes and more in part 3 of our smashed turkey burger extravaganza.
Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back to All Things Soggy Buns. We are ready to wrap up our deep dive into the world of smashed turkey burgers.
And we're finishing strong with some gourmet variations that'll take your burger game to a whole new level.
I'm so excited about this part. We talked about those southwestern turkey burgers in the last part, and I am ready for all the spicy details.
You got it. These burgers are all about bringing those bold southwestern flavors right into the patty itself.
So how do we achieve that?
The article recommends dicing up some jalapenos and adding them straight to the turkey mixture.
Ooh, okay, so we're getting that heat right from the start.
Exactly. And then for that earthy, smoky depth, we're going to add in some cumin and chili powder.
I love those flavors. It's making me hungry just thinking about it.
And to really amp up the cheesiness, we're going to mix in some shredded pepper jack cheese.
Oh man, melty, spicy, cheesy goodness right in the patty itself. That's
Yeah.
genius. And what about toppings? What kind of things would you put on a southwestern turkey burger?
Well, you got to keep those Southwestern vibes going. So think creamy avocado, tangy pico de gallo, and maybe a dollop of sour cream or lime crema to cool things down.
Ooh, yeah, that creamy coolness would be the perfect contrast to the spicy patty.
Exactly. And for a little extra crunch, you could even add some tortilla strips.
That sounds amazing. I'm totally making these ASAP. Okay, so we've got our spicy Southwestern masterpiece. What's next on our gourmet burger tour?
How about a trip to Italy?
Ooh, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
We're talking about those pesto turkey burgers I mentioned earlier. They're all about fresh, herbaceous flavor.
Okay, I'm already on board with this.
So the key here is to mix fresh basil pesto right into the turkey mixture, along with some shredded mozzarella.
So those flavors are infused throughout the entire patty.
Exactly. And then when you grill those patties, that pesto aroma is just divine.
I can only imagine. And for toppings?
Think simple and classic. Slices of juicy tomato, fresh mozzarella, and a drizzle of balsamic glaze for a touch of sweetness and tang.
Oh man, that sounds like the perfect combination of fresh and flavorful.
It really is. And it proves that smashed turkey burgers can be just as elegant and delicious as any other gourmet burger out there.
Absolutely. Now, I know we can't forget about the bacon lovers out there.
You're talking about those BBQ bacon turkey burgers, right?
You know it. They sound like the ultimate indulgence.
They are. The article suggests brushing those cooked patties with your favorite barbecue sauce.
Okay, so we're getting that smoky sweetness right on the burger itself.
Exactly. And then we pile on the crispy bacon.
Oh, yes. Bacon is always a good idea.
And to really take things over the top, we add some crunchy onion rings.
Oh man, this burger is a flavor explosion waiting to happen.
And of course, you got to have a pickle or two for that tangy bite.
It's the perfect balance of sweet, salty, smoky, and tangy.
A true symphony of flavors.
I'm drooling just thinking about it. And you know what all this talk about gourmet smashed turkey burgers has me craving the real deal?
You're thinking about soggy buns, aren't you?
Of course. They are the smashed turkey burger kings in Queens of Maryland. They've got all these gourmet variations and more.
Plus, they use all the techniques we've been talking about, so you know those burgers are going to be perfectly smashed and incredibly juicy.
Absolutely. So if you're looking for an amazing smashed turkey burger experience, you got to check out Soggy Buns. They're a food truck and catering service, so you can find them all over Maryland.
Their website is soggybuns.com. That's B-U-N-Z for all the delicious details.
You won't regret it. Okay, so we've explored some truly mouth-watering gourmet variations. But remember, the possibilities are endless when it comes to smashed turkey burgers.
Don't be afraid to experiment in the kitchen and create your own signature flavor combinations.
That's right. Maybe a Greek-inspired burger with feta cheese and olives, or a Hawaiian burger with pineapple and teriyaki sauce.
The only limit is your imagination.
Well said. So there you have it, folks. Everything you need to know to create your own smashed turkey burger masterpieces at home.
From the basics to the gourmet and everything in between.
It's been a delicious journey, and we hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us for this epic deep dive into the world of smashed turkey burgers.
And until next time, happy smashing.
And thanks for listening to All Things Soggy Buns.